I think they should get rid of it. I think the NBA All-Star game should be just obliterated if this keeps happening. Players don't try, so I think they should literally get rid of the NBA All-Star game entirely going forward.
I got a big dream and I aim high. Take a risk every time I play dice. I shake 'em up and it's snake eyes. I'm the same guy on the same grind. Busy printing money, watch the paint dry. My intuition told me through the grapevine that I'ma get rich and I ain't lying. Yeah. Get that money, I'ma flex. I get that money, I'ma flex. I get that money, I'ma flex.
Somebody else beat you. He got it! And they let the greatest player in the game take the game-winning three.
Welcome everyone to another special episode of Tea Time with Tommy Raptors NBA podcast, and of course we have my man who's got the tea time. I feel ashamed. Missed you, man. We all missed you. Glad you're back, man. Glad you're back on this episode. I have this, the new
30th
anniversary Collector's Cup. Oh my goodness, Northside, I got this. The last Raptors and T-Wolves game, guys. Get them.
Add to your collection.
Oh, I got the VC hat and the Collector's Cup tonight. So thankfully, you're here, Norbs, to see that. So yes, Norbs, your head's a little cut off, but it is okay.
Cut off? What are you talking about?
There you go. Stand like that. No, sit back. Sit back a little bit. There you go. All right, let's go straight to it, Norbs. Good to have my fellow right-hand compadre Norbs with me this special episode, guys, because we're going to talk about the 2024 All-Star format that's going to happen.
25.
Thank you, Norbs. This is why I need you, man. 2025 happening in Golden State, which is actually San Francisco, California. Looks very interesting format, Norbs. I mean, I don't know. What do you think of it? Let me just, you know what? I'll let you explain it to the viewers, and then you can get into what you think of this new format. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, it just came to me, and I just heard about it a few days ago, and I think this is like, the things that they started to talk about for the All-Star. I think, I'm seeing here. I think they're still kind of like finalizing this, tweaking this a little bit, making it compelling, I guess. So it says here the league will split the 24 All-Stars, 12 from each conference, into 3 teams of 8.
Yep.
With the winning team from Friday night's rookie, sophomore, rising stars game. So essentially, they're kind of incorporating the rookie, sophomore All-Stars into this mix. Into the NBA All-Star game, which is great. It's always been a separate event for rookie and sophomore, so they're incorporating them. And it says here the NBA's new 4-team tournament, will be in the 2025 All-Star game. Expected to have 2 semifinal games played up to 40 points, with the winners advancing to the final match up to 25 points. So it's kind of like a pickup format, and I think it could work. Although they're still, I think the NBA is still trying to tweak this out, make it formal, and make it promote it, entice it to their liking. So that is the explanation for it. And I don't know. What do you think?
I think it is horrendous and a disgrace to the NBA. That's what I think, Norbs. People pay expensive money to watch the NBA All-Star Weekend, especially the game on Sunday, and this is what we get. Ridiculousness, like you said. I mean, what is going on here with this format here? Like you said, pickup game. So you got...
they're ironing it out. Yeah, they're still ironing it out, I think, at this point, yeah.
It's ridiculous. You're looking at the Rising Stars game winner, like a bunch of rookies. You go up against NBA superstars in the semifinal, and then whoever hits 25. I mean, I have nothing against the league. The league's doing everything. Adam Silver, I believe, the best commissioner of sports. Absolutely, I believe that. Comment below if you disagree with me, but he's the best, and his front office doing everything they can, every to change things up from last year's disgraceful NBA All-Star game in Indy. Norris will agree with me, guys, because he knows his basketball. He knows it was a disgrace. 200 points or more scored. Ridiculous. So that's why they're doing the best. But this is an insult to the pioneers of the NBA, Norbs. The insult to the greats who paved the way for this present generation of superstars to play properly. These pioneers did everything they could, starting with Oscar Robertson, who went for he's the one that went for a free agency, so players can be free agents in the league. They did everything they could. These legends, Jordan, Magic, Bird, Oscar, Jerry West, paved the way, and what do we see? Ridiculousness every year since 2019, guys. It is an absolute disgrace. It is an absolute mess. And the current generation of superstar NBA players should be ashamed of themselves, Norbs. Embarrassed that this is happening. Literally, like Stephen A said, I can't stand the guy, but like he said, the NBA players of this generation is just sticking up their middle finger in front of us. That's what they're
Yeah.
accusing us.
Well, I wasn't surprised that you were quoting Stephen A. Smith there because he can
Oh,
attest to
hot
he can
mess.
attest to that, and he also thinks that it's absolute garbage. This new format is kind of like mimicking the NHL's format a little bit with the tournament style and pickup play, like what they do, like they do schoolyard pick of all the players, and then they play out the game through a unique format in the tournament style. So it's almost like mimicking the National Hockey League on this format. So yeah, I also think that it's they gotta iron this out.
Grazia.
They gotta iron it out to make it work. But as of right now, it's just yeah, it's completely like a lot of clusters that they need to put together, and yeah, it's just we don't know until we find out if it's really good, if it's viable, if it's going to draw a crowd. But at the end of the day, it could be fun, but like we don't know to a certain extent like how fun and entertaining it would be. So that's what I think.
Absolutely, Norbs. And so, it's just I wish Sarah and Akeem were here, man, because I am really passionate about this. This is ridiculous. Let's go to question number two. Should the NBA erase the All-Star game for good? Like just get rid of it.
Oh no, I don't think so. I don't think so. The NBA All Star Game, like any other All Star game, it's part of the major sports leagues. Like the NFL has the Pro Bowl, the NHL, MLB,
Not really a
and
Pro Bowl,
NBA.
but
They all have, yeah. I mean, Pro Bowl is like a regular cut and dry AFC versus NFC, but you can't get rid of the All Star Game. This is like the kind of like the mid-winter classic of the NBA and also the NHL because they also have the All-Star game. You can't get rid of the All-Star game. It's for the fans, it's for the kids. It draws the money still, even though whatever format it is. The gate attendance is massive. The festivities is also massive. So you really can't get rid of it. I think that if they're gonna proceed on with this new format, and if the reviews are good, I think they could make it work, but they gotta iron it out, just so all the NBA players and even the rookies and sophomores like get used to it, in this kind of thing. So I think that if they're gonna go with it, if it has good reviews, then that's fine. But they can't get rid of it. The All Star Game is part of the sports leagues, because it's their exhibition in the middle of the season. It's a nice break for the players to during that breaks their time off to be with their families while the game is going on. This a whole 3-4 days of festivities. So really, it is part of the sports leagues. They can't get rid of it.
yeah, I mean, you make a good point, Norbs. Really, but I think they should get rid of it. I think the NBA All-Star game should be just obliterated if this keeps happening. Players don't try, so I think they should literally get rid of the NBA All-Star game entirely. going forward. Now, like, I mean, we're gonna talk about on topic question number three. Maybe they can like not even call it the All-Star game and change it up. But I just believe that the players. We'll talk about question number three, but I believe the players just don't care. Nor as they could care less.
Yeah, I mean,
They don't get paid for this. There's no money involved. To them,
they're essentially entertaining the people still, right? Like their normal
it's a
games.
joke.
So
It's a joke.
yeah,
Like,
through an exhibition.
was that last year's play? Like Luca and Jokic are just pass ping ponging the ball off each other for full
Yeah.
court, and just
Hmm.
late and they gave a layup to Shea. I mean, it's a joke.
Yeah.
That's why I mean, there's a lot. I know I'm not the biggest Stephen A. fan, but there's reasons why I had to agree with him on this topic. Him and Kendrick Perkins and Shannon Sharp. Look what we put. It's a joke. It's a disgrace. I mean, the players don't care. I mean, it's about time. If the players don't care, why should the fans care to watch it? I think that it's high time that we put the fans should just boycott one year the NBA All-Star Weekend, not buy any tickets. I mean that's not going to happen because people are so
No.
bored in their lives. They got to do
Mm,
something. All these rich folks who got nothing else better to do with their millions, right, and billions, Norbs. But
yeah.
it's a joke. The weekend's a joke. The slam dunk's a joke right now. 3-point contest is a joke. What was that ridiculous skills competition? You put a ball through some like what a peach basket? Like it's an
Yeah.
automatic mess. The All Star Weekend. Like, the only good
Mhm.
thing for that All Star Weekend is the media people because I covered it in 2016 All Star Game. That's the only good thing. It's the media people enjoy it.
Yeah.
The players enjoy it, but
I
it's
mean, it gets celebrities involved and gets
oh
the
whoopity doo.
WNBA players involved.
Cares
Like,
about the
yeah, it's
celebrities.
yeah, it's an exhibition period for the NBA, and it's essentially for the fans. Like, you can't really get rid of it. You
Hmm.
have to have an All-Star game with the best of the best players. No matter what format you use, you got to have it in every league. It's the midwinter classic, like how we do with baseball with midsummer classic too. So
That's good.
they can't really get rid of it. It's always going to be there.
Fortunately, which go question number three to you. I'm gonna give it to my maestro co-host Norbs Cabrera here. Last question topic. So as well as thinking, actually, once again, I'm going back to Stephen A. because it's rarely do I agree with what Stephen A. says, right? But he's saying, maybe we should have like another format, not like an all-star format. It's not working. Like, how about USA versus Europe format? Or USA versus the world. Especially, it was interesting when he said USA versus Europe. That would be amazing because the European players will try because they're proud of their European continent, right? Which
Mhm.
forces the US to try now. And I think this type of format will be good. But what do you think, Norbs? USA versus Europe, NBA All-Star format starting next
Well,
year.
you're technically omitting Canada through all that mix
Who cares
because the
about us?
U.S.
Who cares about
because the
Canada?
U.S. Well, yeah, the U.S. has the most players. U.S. born players
Yeah.
has the most in the NBA, and like Europe is, one of the most entertaining brand of basketball. Like, France, Spain, Italy, they're
Slovenia,
Croatia,
Luca,
yeah, and Serbia,
Serbia
Croatia. Like,
represent.
yeah, I think you gotta incorporate Canada there somehow. I'm thinking more of like
We suck. We
either
suck.
like
We're not good.
the U.S. versus the world, perhaps. Incorporate Canada with Europe. Can you imagine if European and Canadian players play together against the United States with like 400, well, almost like 4,500 players
Like it.
active?
I like
Yeah,
that.
in the NBA. So why not make it the U.S. versus the world? Canada has 52 active players right now, followed by France with 50, Serbia with 34, and even Turkey has some NBA players that are active right
Yeah,
now with 14.
who's that dude that used
So
to play for the Thunder? But anyways, keep going. Sorry, I interrupted.
yeah, I think it's more entertaining that way. The NHL tried a North America versus the world format. Like, I thought it was exciting for several years the way they did that
Yeah, we're gonna
format.
take that one.
Like, really kind of play for your country. Rather, just like the Olympics, like how France gave the U.S. a run for their money in the gold medal game. So I think a U.S. and U.S. versus the world format can work. I'd like to see Shea Gilgeous-Alexander like play with Nikola Jokic and Luka Doncic, all those European greats with Giannis, European stars that are so much built with finesse, so much built with confidence and speed. Yeah, definitely that can be a huge kind of change for the NBA All-Star game if they choose to do that, like do that kind of format. I mean, they can incorporate some sort of a tournament style, but I think it's more sorted out that way, to say the least. For me, a U.S. versus the world kind of contest that can definitely bring some money, generate more, especially in Europe and around the world. So I think that can work.
How about Asia versus the world?
Well, let's see how many Asian uh, players are in
Well, that's
the
that
NBA
Japanese
right
guy from San
now.
Antonio. So that Japanese guy
Uh,
from San Antonio versus the world.
yeah,
Japanese guy from San Antonio versus the world. Hey, you get
six six active players from
what six?
China.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
hmm
Bring back
six from
Yao Ming.
Cameroon. Yeah,
Yao Ming with his creaky knees at age
hmm
50. Bring him back to start at center.
yeah. And
Well, I was just kidding. You guys know I was kidding with that. But
29 from Australia. That says a lot.
20. Oh wow.
It's a worldwide game.
I like it. You know what? I should have changed the topic question. Norbs, this is why I have his genius here because that's why I need him because I should just change the topic question to USA versus the world. I like that because now everyone's involved. Everyone's
Yep.
involved now. I think they should do that format USA versus the world because that will get the pride of every player to play for their nation. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Time viewers. So from that, it just solves everything. Not only will now players show up for Sunday, the main on Sunday games for All-Star weekend. They even could show up for the All-Star weekend skills contest, because now they got to win these skills competitions because they're representing their countries. I mean, they're gonna put a little more effort to it. So I kind of like that
Absolutely.
idea. Norbs Cabrera answered the idea. Adam Silver and the NBA and NBA Players Association. Listen to Norbs Cabrera. Man, I think you could just solve it right now. People can hear us. USA versus the world should be in every All-Star year format going forward. Norbs should be paid millions of dollars for giving this idea. I think that's perfect. I think that would solve everything when you look at it, Norbs. Like you get USA versus the world, so all the superstars will be included, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Rising
I mean, they
stars,
can they can they can do
yeah,
schoolyard picks. They can,
yeah.
do like a coaches select the players, like
Mhm.
what have you. Like they can do whatever they want with it. But I
I think
think it's a more sorted out, it's a more structured game format when you have international stars competing against the Americans. So it's just like the Olympics. Like when you have international play in basketball, there it's just a mini Olympics, and an exhibition and in the All Star game format. So I'd like to see that because the international players are sensational when it comes to basketball and building, the sport worldwide.
Yeah, I think it really what you just said there, USA versus the world, it to me covers everything. And rarely do Norbs and I agree on every episode, but this I but this I gotta give Norbs props because I think it covers everything, Norbs. So you agree. Like, I mean they'll play for their country. You can have the rising stars, right? Rising stars, USA versus the world, of course.
Hmm.
And then you know what? I think the American flag being worn by all the fans, All-Star Weekend, and then you got the world people wearing it, and they can even wear different colors. And merchandise sales would go up for the NBA All-Star Weekend. I
Yep.
mean, and then they can talk about it if it's the USA loses to the world the next day. I mean, there's going to be a lot of talk. Like heads will be rolling, especially Stephen A. and Skip Bayless and all those clowns who I'm sorry, I mean they're not clowns. They're like I do love them. I do respect those guys. But or that show Facility, wherever it's called. I don't know if you watch that. Acho.
No, I don't.
I don't even
I
know
haven't
what
heard of
the
it.
show is. But like, yeah, heads will be rolling. So I agree. Norbs, so I need you, man. That's what we should do. USA versus the world. Adam Silver. Hear Norbs out. All right. Just solve their situation for you right now. Guarantee tea time viewers 2 years from now, 3 years, Adam Silver is going to put USA versus the world. And who will get the credit? The man standing next to me. But yeah, oh man, time is running out. North. We should just cut this down to maybe 2 topic questions because we have great discussions, man. Like I wish I could hear more from you about this, but time's running out.
Oh well,
that's my fault.
I try.
That's my fault. It's not Norb's fault. It's my fault. So you got to blame the moderator today. But Norbs, maybe you know what? I'll give you 30 seconds. Anything to add in 30 seconds? I'm sorry about this, but anything to add in 30 seconds?
Well, with the All-Star game, it's been kind of like up and down, lackluster in recent years. But I think NBA has an opportunity here to keep improving it, keep it more entertaining, even though it's been cut and dry. They have an opportunity here, and it's still a midwinter exhibition event, and it's for the fans. They still love it. They always be entertained with the All-Star game. So I think that the NBA has a lot of opportunities to improve this exhibition every mid-season that they can possibly have. So yeah, that's it.
All right.
Thank
you, Norm. Sorry to give you only 30 seconds. That was my fault. Next time I'll give you more time.
Well, yeah, 30 years of the Raptors. That's how much you give me.
All right, guys. My amazing co-host, Norbz Cabrera. This Raptors 30th Cup edition. Get it, guys, while you can. Vince Carter and Tommy Lee signing out. Thanks for joining us, guys. Thank you, Norbs.
All right.
Hey guys, make sure you like, subscribe, and follow Tea Time with Tommy so that you never miss an episode and you catch all of the great, fantastic news and topics that we're about to talk about.